Okay, so let's dive into this material you sent over. We're tackling, well, the basics of 3D shapes, right? Solids, volume, surface area.
Exactly. The fundamental geometry.
And our goal here for this deep dive is really just to pull out the core ideas from these sources, give you the essentials quickly without you having to sift through everything.
Yeah, get straight to the useful stuff. And it is useful. I mean, understanding this is key to understanding the physical world.
How so?
Well, think about it. How much liquid fits in a bottle? How much metal is in a pipe? It's all about volume and surface area. It's practical geometry.
Right. Okay, so let's start with the absolute basics from the sources. What even is a solid in this context?
A solid, the sources define it as something that occupies space. It has a definite shape and, crucially, 3 dimensions: length, breadth, and height.
Unlike, say, perimeter, which is 1D, or area, which is 2D, this is the jump to 3D.
Precisely. It's an object, not just a flat shape.
Okay, and when we talk about it occupying space, that's volume.
That's volume, yeah. The measure of the space the solid takes up.
And the sources mention something about capacity.
Right, a kind of neat distinction. For a container, its capacity is its internal volume, how much you can actually put inside it.
Oh,
But if you have, say, a hollow pipe, the volume of the material used to make the pipe is the total external volume minus that internal volume, the capacity.
that makes sense. 2 ways to think about volume: what's inside or what the thing itself is made of.
Exactly. And then there's the outside.
Surface area.
Surface area, sometimes called total surface area. It's just the sum of the areas of all the surfaces, all the faces of the solid.
So if you were going to paint it, that's the area you'd need to cover.
Perfect analogy. That's exactly it.
Okay, solid, volume, surface area. Got the definitions. The sources then jump into specific shapes. First one, the cuboid.
The cuboid, your basic rectangular solid. Think of a standard box or a brick. It has 6 rectangular faces.
And the formulas are pretty straightforward.
Yeah, they flow directly from the definitions. Volume is just length times breadth times height. You multiply the 3 dimensions, L times B times H.
LBH, right. And surface area.
That's a bit more involved because you have 6 faces, but they come in pairs. So it's 2 times length times breadth plus breadth times height plus height times length.
2 pound plus BH plus HL. Got it. Accounts for top, bottom, front, back, left, right sides.
Precisely. And they also mention lateral surface area. That's just the area of the 4 side walls, excluding the top and bottom. So 2 times length plus breadth times height.
Useful if you're painting the walls of a room, maybe?
Could be, yeah. And one other thing about the cuboid the sources highlight is the diagonal.
Ah, right. The longest straight line you can fit inside.
Exactly. The formula is the square root of length squared plus breadth squared plus height squared. And the sources point out this isn't just math theory. It tells you the longest ride you could possibly fit inside that box.
That is a practical application. Okay, so from the cuboid, the next logical step in the sources is the cube.
The cube, which is just a special kind of cuboid where all the edges are the same length. Let's call the edge length A.
So length, breadth, height, A.
Right. And this simplifies the formulas nicely. Volume is just A times A times A.
The cubed.
A cubed, exactly. And the total surface area, well, you have 6 identical square faces, and the area of each face is a squared.
So 6 is squared.
6 is squared. Simple as that. And the lateral surface area, the 4 side walls, would just be 4 squared.
Makes sense. And the diagonal simplifies, too.
It does. It becomes I times the square root of 3. It really shows how symmetry simplifies things.
It's neat how consistent the geometry is.
Absolutely. And the sources tie this back to the real world again, briefly mentioning how we often calculate costs based on these measures.
Right. Like petrol by volume.
Exactly. Or land by area or cloth by length. These geometric concepts are fundamental to commerce, not just textbooks.
So wrapping this part up, the key takeaway from the sources seems to be understand what a solid is, grasp volume as the space occupied, surface area as the outer skin, and know these basic formulas for the cuboid and cube.
Those are definitely the core building blocks presented in this material, the essential toolkit.
So for you listening, these aren't just abstract ideas. They're tools you're using maybe without thinking about it. Whenever you figure out if a suitcase will fit or how much wrapping paper you need, it's everyday geometry.
Right. And maybe a final thought to leave you with. Consider how these incredibly simple shapes, the cube and the cuboid, are kind of the Lego bricks for so much complexity.
How so?
Well, think about buildings, furniture, machines. So many complex structures are built up from, or can be broken down into, these fundamental rectangular forms. How does all that complexity emerge from such simple geometric beginnings? Something to ponder.